Hi, I'm Don from Don Drones On. We've added a number of features to the Drone Pilot Canada app since it was released a month ago, and this video will explain how to take advantage of those features. For those of you who are new to Drone Pilot Canada, it's a terrific mobile phone app available for both Apple and Android platforms that makes it very easy to meet all of the procedural requirements of the 2019 Canadian RPAS regulations without lugging around binders of checklists, procedures, and certificates. It also features a map showing you the locations of airports and controlled airspace so you can fly safely with confidence. Let's take a look at the updates. And by the way, many of these were suggested by you guys after trying out the app, so thank you for that and keep those ideas coming. The first improvement is the ability to store PDFs of your pilot certificate, exam results, and drone registration certificate right on your phone. In order to load them into the app, you need to have them attached to an email. You can either dig out your original emails from Transport Canada or just send an email to yourself with all the PDFs attached, like I've done here. You then open the email, click on the first PDF, like that. The procedure at this point differs a little bit between Apple and Android devices. I'm showing you here on an Apple. In the top right, there's an upload button. You click there, and you should be offered a list of apps from which to open the attachment. If we slide over, we see Drone Pilot Canada. Once you click on Drone Pilot Canada, it will ask you if the document is an aircraft registration, pilot certificate, or a pilot exam result. In my case, the first one is the registration document for my Mavic, so I'll click Aircraft Registration. It then allows you to choose which aircraft you want to associate that document with. I click Mavic, and we're good. I repeat the same process for my pilot certificate and any other documents I want to load. You can then pop to the app, click on Aircraft, for example, Mavic, and we can see our registration PDF, just like that. On Android, it's a little bit different, and the reason is because you can set a default application for opening attachments, and that can run you into difficulties. So as you can see here, if I click on, say, the pilot certificate, you can see that Drone Pilot Canada is showing as an option, and I can click on it and it'll open just fine. But I'm just going to show you quickly how to fix that if Drone Pilot Canada does not show up. If you click on your settings, click on apps, and then click on the dot menu, you'll see default apps. And down here it says default app selection. And I've got mine set to ask before setting default apps, and the alternative, which by the way is what I had mine set to originally for some reason, is set default apps automatically. You don't want that one. You want the ask before setting default apps. All right, so if you have troubles with this, as I had to do, I asked somebody younger than me, and of course they knew how to fix it. But after that, the procedure is pretty much the same. You click on Drone Pilot Canada and you say just once because you don't want all of your PDFs to always open in Drone Pilot Canada. And you're offered the same set of options here in terms of what to do. This was a pilot certificate. It's for me. And there you go. It's all set. And now when you switch over to the app, you can see on my crew list for me, there's my pilot certificate, and again I get to choose which viewer I want. I'll just pick the first one, and there it is. Very cool. The second improvement we made is to allow you to search for a location by street address rather than just clicking on the map and scrolling around. The search button is up here on the dot menu right there. You click that and you enter an address. So we can put in 22 Sussex Drive, for example, or we'll put in a different address. 18 Sussex Drive, hit search, and it brings up a choice of addresses that match whatever you typed in. We'll pick 18 Sussex Drive, St. John, New Brunswick, and it will take you straight to that spot on the map. And it puts a little bullseye on the location that you've that matches that search criteria. And if you click on that, you now can see your guidance circles around that location. And by the way, that's another feature that we added upon request of somebody, and that's a great idea. When you're searching around and you click on a location, you want to see those guidance circles that tell you the 500 meters and 1,000 meters from that location. In this particular case, you can see that you're very close to this nasty red zone up here. And if we click on that, we can see that it's the St. John Regional Hospital, and there's the phone number. So when we're preparing for a flight, we can do a search like this. We can see what risky areas are close by and prepare our emergency list and checklist based on the phone numbers that we see and the locations that we see. And if you don't want to see these circles or the bullseyes, you're done with all that, you can go to that dot menu again and hit clear last location, and they'll be gone. You can also do the search feature when manually recording flights. First, you initiate the manual recording mode off the dot menu, record flights manually. You read the little instructions, you hit OK. And now we do our search again. I'm assuming that we haven't done that previous search. So we do our search again, 18 Sussex Drive. We select the location. There's the bullseye. We zoom in. Maybe we want to move to satellite mode. And because we might not want to start at exactly that location when we're manually recording the flight, it doesn't actually start the flight until you actually click on the map to specify the spot. So I want to start here, and it now asks me, do I want to create a manual flight from this location? Okay, and there we go. There's 18 Sussex Drive, St. John. It gives the location, and my default pilot and aircraft information is loaded in. Oh, and by the way, we've simplified another aspect of manual recording a little bit as well. After you hit your start time, so we'll just say now, instead of having to specify an end time, you just use this little slider here to specify how long your flight was, and you can record your flight notes right there. And you can use your flight notes to record your client name if you're a real estate company, or your ND filters if you're using ND filters and like to keep track of that kind of stuff. Okay, and we hit save and we're done. And speaking of this duration setting tool, another thing we changed is the ability to immediately adjust your flight duration when recording a regular flight. I'm kind of embarrassed to say this, but I asked for this feature to be added because I was always forgetting to turn off the timer while using the Drone Pilot Canada app. So after a few 6-hour flights, I asked the developer to pop in a duration adjuster. It only appears if your flight duration is longer than 15 minutes, and at that point you can simply correct your flight time if required using the slider. All right, those are the latest features we've added to the Drone Pilot Canada app. Thanks to those who submitted these ideas, they're great. We're continuing to add capability to the app, and it's wonderful to see folks are finding it a great help in their droning. If you've purchased the app already, thank you for your support, and please leave a review on the App Store or Play Store. If you're still thinking about it, have a look through the videos I've produced showing its capabilities. And remember, it's the only app around that ticks all the boxes on the Transport Canada procedural requirements. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe to my videos, and drop me a comment. Bye for now.